Yeah, COVID has definitely been a massive challenge, and community partnerships has been huge for us to kind of overcome those. Being rural, we have smaller stores and we don't always have access to what we need. Jack is on specialty formula because of all of his nutritional needs, and it's really hard to get them. When the world kind of went crazy, everyone was buying up all of the ready-to-feed formulas because they didn't know if they'd have water access, and that was one of the things he needed because it's hypoallergenic. And we were able to come to community partnerships and say, hey, we're running out of a specialty formula, we're running out of Tylenol, we're running out of this. And they were able to give us like resources and help us specifically and give us the things we needed, and checked up on us and say, hey, do you need anything else? Do you need juice? Do you need pasta? What can we do? And they also really cared about all of my dietary restrictions because of my celiac too. It's hard for me to find food that I can eat because it needs to be gluten-free, and you respected that, didn't make me feel weird about it, and just were like, here, let's find something you can eat too, because you got to eat. And that just really helped us out. He needed to have what's called a mid-laryngoscopy and a bronchoscopy, as well as another endoscopy with a pH impedance probe. And what those are is they go into your lungs and they scrape out tissue from the bottom of your lungs after spraying fluid inside them and biopsy the inside of your lung tissue. And they also take biopsies of your airway and your bronchial tubes and look for any malformations. Now, he needed all of these procedures, and at the time COVID hit, we hadn't quite scheduled them yet. And because of COVID, they had deemed it a non-essential procedure. So we had to fight for that, and they told us, you have to have a COVID test to prove that he does not have COVID before you can even come in the office. And you need to make sure that that's safe. And I had called community partnerships because I didn't quite know what to do, because none of the doctors were listening and they weren't taking it seriously, and they didn't seem to care that he wasn't breathing and that no one at my house sleeps because we're trying to keep him awake and alive. You guys had kind of steered us in the right direction to find where to get a COVID test and kind of pushed it with me so I wasn't by myself pushing for something. And in the end, we got Jack his COVID test and got him to the procedures that he needed to have. It took a lot of fighting, but you guys, community partnerships, encouraged me to keep going and not stop and get what he needed done. One of the main things is just the emotional toll that it takes to be stuck in quarantine and stuck with all the businesses and all of those things. And on top of Jack's medical conditions, it's a lot to handle by yourself. And community partnerships really helped me and my husband to find therapists that worked for us and helped us to get some help and talk to people so that we could maintain as much mental sanity as possible to keep both our boys, growing and being strong. Okay, so COVID has also had a really big impact on our family because with Jack's medical issues, we've had to decide to move down the mountain. And that's been really helpful for us to know that, we still have the support group up here and you guys are still pulling for us. We're not by ourselves. And during one of Jack's many hospital visits, we went in because he had a fever for quite a few days, about 103. And he doesn't usually keep fevers that long, so I knew that something else was going on. We went in at, 11 o'clock at night, and they didn't really talk to me much. They just kind of did the COVID test. He's had 8 of them now. He knows which one he prefers. There's one kind where they suck everything out of your nose, and there's one kind where they stick a stick all the way back and twirl it. He prefers the stick. And so they did that test, but they didn't tell me that they thought he had COVID. They just kind of sent us on our way. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was driving home with him by myself, trying not to fall asleep on the way back. We got home, they called me the next day, they said, hey, Jack does have COVID. Really well, Jack would have been hospitalized, but we already have an oxygen concentrator at home in addition to a rescue inhaler, and so they wouldn't have done much more at the hospital. They figured he could, take it at home, and if we maxed out our concentrator, then they'd send us some more oxygen for him. And then Jeremiah got it as well. My mom got it, and then I got it, but I got it really bad. I got it the worst out of the rest of everybody else. I was down for 12 days with a medium grade fever, and I couldn't breathe. They put me on a rescue inhaler. I couldn't lay down flat, and I couldn't breathe if I did. I'm looking for, after COVID, I'm really looking forward to Jeremiah being able to go to church and being able to go to a grocery store again and not be worried about everyone. Jeremiah to be himself and love the people and be able to go touch people's heads, because there's kiddos in there in the play group just now, and he walked up and he gave both of them a hug and a kiss because that's just who he is. And they were like, oh buddy, we have to have personal space, and I'm like, yeah buddy, we really got to work on that. He's like, but I love friends. And I'm really looking forward to not having to go to the hospital by myself anymore, because I'm a very non-confrontational person, and it's really hard for me to stick up and and stand up when they're being rude and they're treating me like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I've been alone for all of these appointments. We've gone at least 25 times since COVID, and it's all me. And it's really hard when they send you home at 4 o'clock in the morning and don't let you stay because they're worried about empty beds, and you have to drive home at 4 o'clock in the morning after staying up all day with Jack and not having any breaks. So I'm looking forward to that, no longer being a thing and being able to see people and got him to the procedures that he needed to have. It took a lot of fighting, but you guys, community partnerships, encouraged me to keep going and not stop and get what he needed done.